Is it vital that you get something from these next two games so you don't go into the Europa League final on a really bad run?
You know, what I want for the players is a good attitude, is a positive attitude, is a positive approach, is team spirit, is understanding that some guys, they have to sacrifice themselves for the good of others. Blind played today after 90 minutes on Thursday. The next one, of course, Fellaini has to play the next one because he's not playing now. Team spirit, empathy, and the fantastic attitude that everybody has is not one more victory, one more point, one more defeat that is going to change something. A final is a final. A final is a final, and we have to go to the final with everything, like Ajax does, because they finished the season this afternoon, and now they don't have more football to play until the final.
Do you think that Paul Pogba will be available for the Southampton game?
I don't think. I think that funeral has to be between Tuesday and Wednesday in France. I don't think Paul has conditions to play, and obviously we let him completely free to be back when he thinks he's ready to be back.
Will you be tempted to play Romero for the next two games, to get him match ready?
One game.
One of the two,
Yeah.
Jose, you said Ajax finished their season today. Could you possibly leave some of your players out until the final then? Would you say Southampton game, Palace game, you're not playing, but just play the younger players? Or do you have to get games in?
I have to build some teams with a minimum of conditions to fight for a result. We lost against Arsenal 2-0, we fought for the result. We lost 2-1 today, we fought for the result. And we want to fight for the result. I don't want to feel a team where people has a feeling that we are not fighting for the result. We are fighting for the result. So I'm going to rotate people. As I was saying, Blind will not be playing against Southampton. Fellaini will, because he's not playing the last 3 matches. And these are examples of try not to accumulate, but people has to play, because we don't have other players, and I cannot put 4 or 5 kids all together in the fire. I cannot do that to the kids.
Is Micheal taking this opportunity? I thought he was good today.
Yeah, he was good. He was okay. Against Arsenal, he was okay too. Against Celtic, didn't play because the options were different. But he's fine. He's fine, and he's one of the guys that is very important for him to play 90 minutes. Him, Smalling, Jones, Mata. It's very important for them to play 90 minutes.
They've almost got to have the incentive, I guess, of aiming for the final if they can.
Yeah, of course. And now we need everybody. Fosumensa is the only one that has a little chance to be for the final, and even this kid is trying everything to try to be, because the others are impossible to be.
Obviously, we talked about the physical impact, but what mental toll does it take on you and the players, all these games? The final.
It's also difficult. I'm also giving 1 day holiday a la carte, if you understand what I mean. You know, tomorrow Blind 1 day off. Tomorrow Mkhitaryan 1 day off. He played 90 minutes or 70 and now 30 more. Herrera 1 day off. But the guys that play 90 minutes, I cannot give day off if I want them to play against Southampton, because they need the 2 recovering days. Is a la carte and trying to have the people the best they can, but 1 day off, you are right. Sometimes you need a day off and they don't know what a day off is. So this is a period in 1 week where I have to give 1 day off. You know, I gave to Valencia. It has to be. And against Crystal Palace 2 or 3 more, and against Southampton 2 or 3 more. And let's try to arrive in the final in the best possible conditions.
You said the other day this is the hardest you ever worked.
It is.
Could you explain why? And also, is this the worst grouping of games you've ever experienced? What you've got to keep.
Yeah, the accumulation of the games, I never had that, and you know that in all my career, I was only out of European competitions in the group phases. I was never out, and in the last 16, I was out only once. So I reach semi-finals 10 times, so I go always until the end of the competitions. In the League Cup, I go normally far. In the domestic competitions, cups, I won in Spain, in Italy, in Portugal. So I have normally a lot of matches, but like this I never had. I never had, because this situation of you play a final and the game that you should play in that day is going to be postponed for the last week. For the last week, this is crazy. And I repeat the same. Thank you, Michael Oliver, because we were out in the FA Cup. Because if we go to the FA Cup, semi-final, would be a total disaster. I don't know when we would be playing that game. So I never had a situation like this. In the top of that, the accumulation of big injuries, not small, not the injuries that you think, okay, hamstring, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No, it's surgery. Boom, boom, boom. It's surgery. One knee, another foot, just big surgeries. So less players and less players and less players. So very difficult, really very difficult. But we are